everyone should reach out and try to help others as much as they possibly can within reason, and also be genuine about it. Don't feel that you're going to realize something monetarily out of the relationship, what you're trying to do to help others. I'm a firm believer in volunteering. Everyone should be a volunteer uh, because of the fact that I think it helps you in so many ways. Helps you get up in the morning, helps you with the self-esteem, well-being, and also you're helping others along the way, and you appreciate life much more effectively than you would if you're not volunteering. And it's great for networking. The people you meet while you're networking, while you're volunteering, is just absolutely incredible.
Welcome to another episode of the peopleHum interview series. I'm your host Akanksha Kulkarni. Let's begin with a quick introduction of peopleHum. peopleHum is an end-to-end, one new integrated human capital management automation platform, the winner of the 2019 Global Cody Award for HCM that is specifically built for crafted employee experience and the future of work. We run the peopleHum blog and the video channel, which receives upwards of 200,000 visitors a year and publish around 2 interviews with well-known names globally every month. And now for our guest, Jeff Sheehan is speaker, author, and digital and social media marketing consultant. He helps businesses and professionals that want to position themselves effectively online, generate leads, nurture relationships, and grow exponentially. We are extremely happy and honored to have him on our interview series today. Welcome, Jeff. We are thrilled to have you.
Well, welcome, and thank you very much for having me as a guest. It's a real pleasure to be joining you this Monday morning here in Atlanta. And as you can tell, I apologize for the battle scar, but I did cut myself shaving this morning. So please bear with me if I keep poking my chin, okay? But it's a real pleasure, and certainly I always appreciate people from all over the world. I traveled the world for many years and have friends and colleagues in many countries globally. So it's a real pleasure.
It's our pleasure to have you. So, Jeff, let's start with the interview. And the first question that I would like to ask you is,
Okay.
you are a specialist in a lot of areas, right? So, can you tell us a little bit about your journey and also explain what is social selling?
Okay, my journey has been quite interesting. And I originally started out, I graduated with a degree in accounting, went to work for a bank in Boston, and didn't really like it. Had been there for 2 years. And then what happened is I went away on vacation and met a guy on the beach in St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. We struck up a conversation. He asked me what I did, and I told him I was looking for a job in high-tech marketing and sales. So he said, I'm the co-founder of a high-tech marketing and sales company based 26 miles from where I was living at the time. So he said, when we get back to Boston, why don't you give me a call? So I did. I went out there and interviewed. And that encounter on the beach in St. Thomas changed my life forever. I've subsequently gone on to decades-long experience in high-tech marketing and sales, working with some of the world's largest companies as a result of that chance, serendipitous, divine intervention encounter in St. Thomas and the Virgin Islands. So it's been a very fulfilling and rewarding career, and I continue working to this day when I probably could retire, but I want to keep going, quite honestly. I use people such as Tom Peters as a mentor in some respects, but someone as a model to follow, because he's now 78 years of age, I believe, and still going very strong. So I look forward to many more years of working and continuing my journey, and I pivot quite frequently, but I keep trying different things, and some things work, some things don't, but you keep moving ahead. One of the things I want to emphasize is social selling is not new. The concept, the name is new, but it's existed since the age of the cavemen. When they had to sell, they didn't have the tools that we have today. They had to go out and wander from one cave to another and sell things. Basically, what we're faced with now, though, or what we have, is we have a whole toolbox at our disposal for selling. And so social selling is nothing more than utilizing the current tools that we have, which is LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Google, and the other social media platforms out there, to facilitate connections with people and human-to-human connections that are going to allow you to sell your products and services much more readily, more efficiently. It's not new. It's just the term social selling. Just like ABM, account-based marketing, that's been around for years. As a matter of fact, I was part of the society called Strategic Account Management Association. And basically what it was ABM back 20 years ago. There's nothing different except the tools that are being utilized to facilitate it and the new term that's been coined called account-based marketing. So just look, nothing's really changed with regard to sales and marketing in so many respects. It's just the tools and the way of implementing things.
Oh, thank you so much for explaining that in such simple words and letting us know that it's just not something new that's come up right now. It has been there since ages. It's just there is a twist to it with their name.
Correct. Different flavor.
Yeah. So the next question I would like to ask you, Jeff, is personal branding is such a big trend right now, right? So what, according to you, is the future of this?
I think it's going to become ever more important because of the fact here in the U.S. it's called 1099, which is an IRS Internal Revenue Service form that you have to fill out if you're an independent contractor, if you have independent gigs. And now so many of the jobs out there, 45, 50% of them are independent gigs. You don't work for a corporation. I had the luxury of working for a company, a very major company, $16 billion, I believe, in sales, about 75,000 employees now, for over 20 years. Most people don't have that luxury in this day and age. They're going from very short tenures at one company, or they're gig employees. In other words, they're constantly looking for that next assignment where they can consult with one company or another. So that is the reason why personal branding is so important, because you need the ability to attract people and businesses to you. And the only way of doing that effectively is through personal branding and differentiate yourself from others out there. However, a caveat is regarding personal branding, make sure it's authentic. Because of the fact if individuals such as myself who have any type of experience of that go through and they ascertain that the brand that you're representing is not true, it's not authentic, it's been embellished, that it's full of fluff, then you're going to be called on the carpet in some cases. But in a lot of cases, you will be thought of as someone who is misrepresenting themselves and not true to self, true to others. So therefore, in my particular case, I want nothing to do with those people who have put disingenuous brands out there.
Got it. So it has to be the brand. You need to believe in the brand itself, right? So
You need to believe in the brand. The brand needs to be you and not
yeah,
someone else. You cannot be an imposter. You have to represent who you are and what you're doing and just be genuine.
right. That's your complete and honest take on personal branding, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great to hear. And moving on to the next question that I would like to ask you, we are in a time where having a virtual presence has forced even the most tech repellent people into social media addicts, right? So, how do you think we can use social media and not abuse it?
How do we think I can use? I think the question is regarding social media, it can be a great platform for helping others.
Yeah.
For instance, just yesterday, I was contacted by this young guy in a remote village in Africa. He was trying to use social media for a crowdfunding campaign to support his family. He's the oldest of 6 children. His father passed away, and he's trying to raise funds for his family just so they can survive. He had to quit college after 3 years because he ran out of money and that. So from a social good perspective, it's very, very helpful. However, from a social detriment perspective, it can be very alarming and cause a lot of damage, particularly when there's fake news. I'm involved in correspondence with others on the whole subject of fake news. It seems to be pandemic with regard to certain subjects. It might be 5G, it might be cures or treatments for COVID-19, and so many other areas that have been unduly harmed because of fake news and the ability of social media to disseminate that fake news on a global basis. So you have to be very careful. I think companies like Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and others need to be cognizant of the damage that fake news is doing and make sure that whatever on their platforms is really the true thing and not fake news.
Right. So you have to be careful about what you read, and you have to also cross-check, because it's not always that someone else is going to put a proper news right there, right? You have to,
Absolutely, without question.
yeah. So you have to make sure that you double check and you understand the information that you're getting is correct or not.
Absolutely. And don't, even if it's from a respected journal, because I came across over the last couple of weeks, two journals that are major medical publications that had to retract a study that was done because of the fact that the information being presented in the study was incorrect and actually based upon data that was not um, substantive, that the data sets were actually, I wouldn't say contrived, but the modeling that was used was somewhat suspect. So the articles had to be retracted from two leading world medical journals. So you just never know the source. You have to vet everything, and you have to vet everyone that you come in contact on social media. Are they the real deal? Is the publication the real deal? Is the information they're presenting the real thing, or is it possibly embellished and borderline fake news or fake news itself?
Right. So you have to be thorough with it. You can't just blindly believe on social media like that.
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you for that. And you have also worked with so many organizations globally. So is there any secret sauce or to, developing high performing teams?
Relationships. That's all it comes down to, is developing an empathy, having an interest in other people. What are their interests? What are their concerns? What are their likes? What are their dislikes? What problems are they facing on a daily basis? Everyone has problems. And if you can glean that out of people, understand what their concerns are, uh, listen before you act to everyone, what they're going through, because you never know. So therefore, I think it's incumbent upon you to peel back the onion, individuals uh, within organizations or other organizations you're dealing with, and find out the personalities of the individuals in order to become successful in leading them or helping them or whatever interactions you might have with those respective individuals.
Right. So having a personal touch is really gonna help you
Without
grow.
question, without question.
Yeah.
Human-human connectivity, as Brian Kramer has coined, is so critical to your success and the success of others. And
Right.
have empathy, think about people, and also never neglect people that have helped you with your journey, or if you've helped them, hopefully they'll never neglect you either when you might have some issues that need to be
Yeah.
worked on or helped with.
Yeah. So there's also that one kind of thing that I just saw on LinkedIn the other day. So boss is someone who just tells someone to follow orders. A leader is someone who takes people with along with him and takes them forward. That's how you move ahead and go towards your success.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So, lastly, Jeff, do you have any important sound bites that you would like to leave our audience with?
The soundbite is really to help others. It's no longer what's in it for me. It's what is in it for others. How do you uplift them? What can you do on a daily basis to reach out to one individual and perhaps make a connection for them that could conceivably change their lives or help their respective business grow or do something to possibly change their lives for the better? That really is the soundbite. I think that everyone should reach out and try to help others as much as they possibly can within reason, and also be genuine about it. Don't feel that you're going to realize something monetarily out of the relationship, what you're trying to do to help others. I'm a firm believer in volunteering. Everyone should be a volunteer uh, because of the fact that I think it helps you in so many ways. Helps you get up in the morning, helps you with the self-esteem, well-being, and also you're helping others along the way, and you appreciate life much more effectively than you would if you're not volunteering. And it's great for networking. The people you meet while you're networking, while you're volunteering, is just absolutely incredible. The other thing I want to emphasize, one last point,
Yeah,
is uh, I advocate, and I have no financial interest in this whatsoever. I hope that everyone that listens to me here joins Toastmasters. It's the best thing that I ever did in my life. I joined it about 8.5 years ago. If I had joined it as a much younger person, my career would have taken a totally different turn in so many respects, but it helps you with communication, leadership, and just interacting with others, and very inexpensive. And it's the best 1 hour a week you could possibly invest in yourself.
definitely. I would urge our audience to just, go and check your account out on LinkedIn as well
Right.
and check out
Yes.
Toastmasters and give it a try, give it a go. And I'm sure they would really love it.
Yes, absolutely.
So thank you so much for that, Jeff. And it was a pleasure talking to you.
It was a
Uh,
real pleasure talking to you as well.
thank you so much for your time and sharing your views with us. It's really been an enriching experience for me, and I'm sure for the audience it would be too. And let's keep in touch, and you have a safe and healthy time ahead of you. And thank you so much. So,
And enjoy the rest of your evening there in India. Okay.
yeah, thank you so much for your time, Jeff. See you soon.